Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, this is a bit of a different video for me. I just wanted to get on here before I started kind of posting some videos of where I've been and what's going on in my life. So I never done one of these, but I kind of felt like I needed to explain where I've been and also needed to kind of tell you a little bit of why maybe I'm not feeling like myself. So I did Vlogmas and I did not upload on Christmas Day. Just a few reasons, but I really felt like I wanted to be with my family. I didn't feel like pulling out the video camera, which is totally fine. I was gonna do a video just kind of telling you guys that and telling you the amazing time I had at Christmas and all of the love that was felt with family, because it was an incredible day. But we did have a pretty devastating thing happen in our family. So the day after Christmas, very suddenly and unexpectedly, we had a member of our family pass away, and it was devastating, like devastating, you guys. And I've been dealing with a lot of grief, and it's been overwhelming, and I feel like I'm beginning to feel like myself and get into a routine. Grief is not new to me. I have dealt with a loss of family members. I've had friends who've lost parents. Family friends, I mean, I've lost, but this felt overwhelming and all-encompassing and unfathomable. It felt really unimaginable, and it's really rocked our family. Oh my God, and Shelly passed away at the age of 44, leaving behind 2 young girls, her husband, obviously her parents, her sister, her brother, me, my mom, and so many other relatives and friends and family. And it felt like the worst thing imaginable, like imaginable. And it's taken a lot to get to a place and where we're at now. And it hit me like nothing else. Like, I can't explain it, and I am not an expert on grief, how to deal with grief. I can only tell you what I've experienced, and it's been a roller coaster, you guys. First and foremost, our family is not in town. It's about a 45-minute drive. So we were in my hometown, we had to drive, and I think in the beginning it was just a state of shock. Like, this can't be happening. I just saw her yesterday. We spent the day, a few days before that, making tamales together. Like, this is not real. And so I remember just driving, and of course, like, it's a day after Christmas and there's so much traffic, you guys. Like, I remember feeling sick to my stomach. I mean, there were like no words. And we spent the next, time and days just all kind of melded together, you guys. It just, I don't know what day, where we were, where we stayed. I don't know. It's like such a blur. But we spent the next days going back and forth to my family's house, to my uncle's house, and being there. And it was this very surreal experience of, like, it just didn't feel real, and we had amazing family who just came and supported us and brought food and brought their love and brought their support, and the amount of love was overwhelming and much appreciated. And it was also a time of like when there's 2 young girls around who've just lost their mom, of just trying to bring some normalcy into their life and not even begin to understand what they are going through and what they will go through and their understanding of it all. So the days were filled with definite grief and sadness and tears, but also days of pushing down the feelings and smiling and dancing and flossing and doing cartwheels because that's what they wanted to do. And you gave them what they wanted. I spent a lot of days at my mom's house. It felt really numb. I felt very tired. A tiredness that I didn't know existed. I would wake up and then go right back to sleep. A few hours later, my mom would make sure I ate, make sure that I got naps in, and proceeded. And that went on for days. After the dust settled and we kind of got into a routine of doing things and us actually being home, it was really difficult. There were things that you have to do, life goes on, right? And I had to go to the grocery store. I didn't have any food. We hadn't really been home since before Christmas at Disneyland. And so I remember just like being in the car and feeling like an outer body experience. Like I was going through the motion, but there was no feeling. There was no like, I felt like I was outside watching myself. And you go into these places and I remember feeling intense anger, so much anger and resentment as I looked into the windows of people's cars and just seeing like their smiles, and I just thought, when am I gonna smile again? Why do you get to be happy? Why is our family going through this? I just go in any place and they ask how's your day, and somehow I had to just say okay. And at the same time I just wanted to wring their neck for asking me the question, because I wasn't okay. I wasn't okay, and all I wanted to do was be in the confines of my 4 walls without looking at anyone else, having to talk to anyone else. It felt very, very safe. And many times throughout the first days or week or so, I had days like this where I was really upset and I'd cry, and those silent tears and you know, conversations with my cousin of like, try not to be, we don't have to be strong, it's okay to show emotion, and she's right, you know, and we do. It's fair to our family, it's fair to the young people who are still processing this all. And I remember my mom like, let's go for a walk, trying to get, you know, me moving, trying to get us back to normal routine. I just remember like resenting her for that. Like, why? I don't want to go see the beautiful ocean. I don't want to go for a walk. I don't want to pretend to be happy. I don't want to do this. But I remember just saying, yeah, let's go. And I remember just being filled with so much anger of having to leave this house and face the world. And we got there and I just thought, I'm not okay. And I just let it all out. Those loud, ugly, awful cries. Like, guttural. And then I went on a walk. I didn't feel better. Maybe I felt better. I felt better of letting it out. But also, I think, I just remember thinking, one day, right? One day I'm going to be happy again, and I won't feel this sadness, and I won't feel this numbness, and I will smile again, right? I will. And I have. But I just remember thinking, like, talking to my mom, and just like, I want to be home. And some people deal with this differently. They want to be around people. I did not want to be around people. I wanted to spend days just shutting the world off, and if that meant sitting on the couch watching TV, and I remember like the TV on but never processing anything, like not watching it. Many times I just didn't want to watch it and I just wanted to sit in silence, and I had to be okay with it. I thought, one day am I gonna watch TV? Am I gonna watch some of my favorite YouTubers? Will that feel good? And the answer is yes. The answer is yes. There's one thing that felt so right, you guys, that felt more right than anything in the world, and that was diving deeper into my faith in God's word and his promises to me through a book. Let me grab it. This probably saved me. It's called And Still She Laughs, and it's Defiant Joy in the Depths of Suffering by Kate Merrick. Now this is actually written by church that I attend, the pastor's wife, and so good. And I think that, you know, just a little excerpt of this. It says, is it possible to live fully, even joyfully, in the middle of overwhelming pain? It is by turns heartbreaking and humorous, and Still She Laughs reveals the secret to finding hope in the midst of devastation. In the end, no matter what hardships we face, we can smile, cry, and come away full, laughing without fear and eagerly looking for what is to come. Now, Kate's lost her daughter to cancer, and obviously Kate talks about loss and suffering, but she also talks just about pain that we go through as women, and that we're not alone. And sometimes it feels like we're so alone, you guys. I took the time to process things, to be alone, to not answer phone calls, to not answer text messages. And, you know, I'm thankful to every person, family member that reached out, sent their love. Sometimes it felt really overwhelming to answer texts, because your gut instinct is like, things are going okay or things are going good, and it felt like a lie to write those. But also at times I wasn't ready to fully divulge where I was at. And yeah, and you know, I found myself apologizing in text messages and saying I'm sorry. And I was given the most incredible love. And somebody, you don't need to apologize. You took the time you needed it. It's amazing how understanding people are and how much love they have. And that, you know, dealing with this took up all of my Christmas break. And so I went back to work feeling still very overwhelmed, very tired, still grappling with this. I had 2 days of work before I had to take off for my cousin's memorial service, celebration of life. And I told the girls that I worked with, like, very closely, what was going on. And because, you know, I was different. I'm not changed, but was definitely different and still dealing with a lot of stuff, and knowing that there was still that celebration of life that I had to kind of get through. I knew I wasn't going to be myself. And, you know, going back to people who know, or just even now, like, even friends who I haven't seen, or just checking in still, or, you know, it's hard. It's really hard. And I remember texting my cousin, I said, it's hard because people ask, how are you doing? And you want to not cry, and you want to say, no, I'm hanging in there. Not alive, but the tears come. They come, they're there, and they trickle down your face, and they understand, and they give you hugs. And I just said, that's the hard part. I said, you know, everywhere you go, people want to know how you are, and you can't help being face to face. You can't necessarily hide it from the people that you love. And she said, yeah, you know, it's pretty incredible how many people love you and are thinking of you. And I just thought, what a wonderful and beautiful way to look at it, because, you know, they're okay with you being sad. They're okay with you crying. And the fact that people reach out to you and want to know and really want to be there for you, I mean, it's overwhelming. I'm getting back into this thing of life. The celebration of life was really hard, but so beautiful and so fun, and filled with so many great memories. Yeah, I think the hardest part about this is that it's such a sudden loss. And one, like, I think about her girls and how they've had such a short amount of time with their mom, and that, you know, it's gonna, you know, they're so young. I think that they're still trying to understand the concept of death and what that means. And, you know, that just reels inside my head. And I remember her youngest one, it was me and her. She asked where her other aunt was, and I said, you know, she's going to with your dad to pick out some stuff for your mom. And she said, my mommy died, but when she feels better, she's gonna come back. What do you say? I talk to children on a daily basis for age, and all I could tell her, because I knew it was right, was the truth. As gut-wrenching as it was, and I knew she wasn't gonna understand, I said to her, mommy's not coming back, but mommy will always be in your heart, and she'll be up in heaven. She will always be with you. And that's the truth. Shelly will always be with us in her goofy, silly, loving way. Her joyfulness, her contagious laugh, her smile, her love for her girls and her family will always be with us. And to this day, it still feels not real. Her birthday's on Tuesday. Our family has a lot of firsts to go through this year. And I have to say, so much of my sadness is not even just rooted in me. It's rooted in the girls. It's rooted in her husband. I mean, seeing my aunt and uncle, who have been parental figures at times, being raised by a single mom, and to see such despair and suffering and sadness is beyond what I can take sometimes. And my cousins who lost a sibling, who lost a sister, unfathomable. So we're moving on. Part of myself was coming back. I can feel it. I had a coworker tell me the other day, I can tell you're coming back. because you're in everyone's business again. And so that felt good. That felt good to know that I'm back in some capacity, which also then made me realize that I wasn't before. That's okay. It was okay to take the time. I'm finding parts of myself. Sometimes when people ask me how I'm doing, I still have to take a deep breath and say I'm okay. Not good, not great, but I'm okay. I'm okay. The tears will still there when people close to me ask me. There are moments in the car, there are moments right before bed where I think about it. I think about her. I think about the great loss that we're suffering. When the tears come, I think it's gonna be like that for a while. Filming has not felt right. Not right, but I think my own personality is still, not my personality, but I feel like I'm still just coming to grips and kind of feeling comfortable with where I'm at. And you know, when I get home, I feel tired, and I think a lot of it is that, you know, keeping it all together. But I know that I want to come back and do this, and I want to keep doing it. It's just the right timing. So right now I'm vlogging this weekend, and so that's going okay. Not great, but you know, I'm trying. I filmed a video and not my normal manner. I just kind of did a vlog style for a trunk club that I was really excited about. So that's exciting. I have been going to the gym almost every single day, so that has been really good for me physically and just emotionally. Getting back into the swing of work, and City College started, so I'm teaching 2 night classes and an online class. So last week that was a lot of just getting that all together. So there's been a lot going on. So I just feel like I'm getting back to myself, getting back to the routine and my schedule. And I've missed you guys. I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for all of the love during Vlogmas. I missed a few days, but you guys hung in there, and I loved hearing your comments, or reading your comments, and just all of that. And I look forward to filming again very soon and getting some videos to you. So I hope you guys, if you're dealing with any of these kind of things, or loss or suffering, that this kind of made you feel maybe a little bit more not alone, or maybe some of that you have some valid feelings. Your grief may be totally different than mine, and you may need to stay busy and do things and be outside and be with people, where I was the opposite. But we're not alone in this. No matter how we grieve, we're in this together, to know that there are other people. So if you need anyone to chat with, leave a comment down below and let's have a little conversation. But you guys, I will see you soon. Bye.
I don't know what I'd do without you. You make me smile, what is it that you do? My life was great till you added color.